I had 9 too. Come to the basscollege.com and
Tom
see
has a
yourself
5
on the
bass
video.
limit. You got a nice one? All right, we'll check the 5 and then we'll check it. His 5 bass from Hamilton, New Jersey puts you in 3rd place right now with 1631. Dig your biggest one out of there. I'll get the scales ready for you. Tom, well, I guess he's got a nice bass. What do you think that weighs?
5.3.
5.3? I'll say 5.4. Split the difference.
Nice.
5.35. Nice fish. Nice
You
fish.
never do that again.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I guess we should have bet on that one. We'd have had to.
My non-boater's got a big one too.
Your non-boater has a big one too. All right. Is it bigger or smaller than
I
yours?
think it's a little bigger.
A little bigger. All right. Come on up, Rob. Yeah, fishing the grass beds and laydowns in Mattawoman. I just threw in the chatterbait. I told Ryan, I said, you know, they're going to hit a chatterbait in here. They're going to hit soft plastic before we punch. And I caught this one in the grass in here. It's pretty nice. Got about 10 boats around us. And he really has nailed it. And it's hooked good too. Decent bass, not big, good solid keeper, 2 1/4. It's got some weight to it. Might even weigh 2.5 pounds. Nice. Right hand, the one over there. All right, his big bass. It needs to be 3.95. It is 5.72. Now, if you will, sir, I need you to smile real pretty. Pick that fish up and hold it for the WFN camera. Step toward me about half a step. Now smile. There you go. What we'll do is we'll edit around all of that and it'll work out really good. Back up over here. From Millersville, Maryland, Mr. James, right over here, sir. Mr. James Caruso from Millersville, Maryland. 3 bass, 7.58, 758.
We're not in Quan, back by Tide Marina. Let's see if we see any grass in here. Oh yeah, got a big one, Steve. Woo.
That's 4 or 5 pounds, isn't it?
Yeah. There you go, bro. Potomac River, brother. Might go 6, Steve.
Oh yeah, it's 6 pounds.
6 pound star swim jig. Just slow retrieve, slight pop, right above the grass.
Oh, let's see that.
What are you popping it off the grass, Tom? Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at Potomac River during the FLW tournament. Getting ready to go back and check on Ryan and Jonathan now, and then we'll go up to the weigh-in. We'll see you guys at the next one out here in the grass beds on the dirty jig. I've got the baby bass color packer crawl on the back of it. Nice, decent bass. Going down. Nothing giant to write home about, but another decent little bass right out of here, a kwai out of the grass. On a dirty jig, swim jig, switched up the colors of the trailer and got hit on that right away. We'll see what happens. Good job.
That log? Yeah.
Nice. Let's see that one, Tom.
Got one eye.
Nice. That's a decent bass. Another one on that North Star jig.
On that North Star jig with that zoom trailer, same one.
Nice.
Well, this is much better. The chatterbait's the deal.
But just remember this though, there's a concentration of bass in here. I'm not just because we don't get a 4-pounder.
There's one in
go
here
back
somewhere.
in there. Sure.
Oh, I know. I told you. He had a feeling. He's 2 3/4.
Yeah.
He's a little cool with that one. That's all.
Yeah. Almost 3. It's not quite 3.
2 3/4.
Nice.
I honestly really don't know how you can fish here and not get a limit.
Oh, you're going to get a limit.
I'm just saying, it's going to happen.
Then we're going to get on out of here, so we'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, here we are in the spoils. This is right up from Broad Creek, you know, heading up into Washington across from Bellhaven. This is where the state record was caught in a tournament a couple years back. We're going to start throwing some chatterbaits here, throw some topwater or Assassinator buzzbaits, throw some North Star and LP custom swim jigs, and we'll see what happens. We'll see you guys in a minute.
Yeah, right off the bat on a buzzbait.
Assassinator buzzbait, Assassinator clapper buzz. Saw some bait fish jumping, threw this right back into the cove there, and he hit it right away, nailed it, nice fish. Put him in the live well. We're going to weigh him in, see what we got at the end of the day compared to everybody in the tournament. So what do you think about this? It's 5 easy. Relax, pal, relax.
Man, he's just barely hooked.
I know.
4-pounder.
Yeah, good 4.
What you didn't see on camera was, as Steve was slipping his 4-pounder into the live well, I caught this one.
I just caught one.
Come Thursday morning, I'll have me something figured out.
Better.
Much better. Chatterbait again.
Not big, but better than what we've been catching. 2-pounder. Got some weight to him. Feel it.
They're eating on you, buddy.
He's a little over 2, right?
Yeah, it's 2-pounder for sure.
It might be a little over.
He's fat, eating all that bait.
Dude, the ones I caught some yesterday were 13, 14 inches. Had to weigh almost 2 pounds. They were that fat and stuffed. Gorge with there's bait all over the whole river. It's tough to find a spot where there isn't bait.
Brother, it's a long road from Amistad to Toho. Doesn't matter which way you go, the miles are all the same. But when you finally get there, and when you pull the cover off, then it's time to get a little bit lost out on the lake. Gonna back this boat into the water, find a way to win a couple dollars. Weatherman says there's a cold front coming down. Bring it on, I've seen it all by now. I can catch them shallow, I can catch them deep. Open water or the back of the creek. Wind and rain to me, it's all the same. I make a living playing this game, and I thank the Lord above every time I can. I get to be a fisherman. Thursday morning, I'll have me something figured out. It's not definitely.
Hi, Steve Von Brand here for the Bass College. Down here at the Potomac River, we're pre-fishing for the Bassmaster Weekend Series. This is our second event this year. Tom Wolverton's up here with me in the front with Kurt Von Brandt. This time Tom's going out as a boater. We're in his Skeeter right now. We're back in one of the creeks here down south. We're going to be throwing a frog at first. We're going to throw the swim jig. We're looking for some pockets right now in the milfoil. It's pretty thick in here. Couldn't find any flat pads like we had in the past, so we may change our tactics and see what's happening. So we'll see if we can get on some fish here with some dirty jigs, some grandy bass trailers, and net bait packer crawls, and depth Varisky frog is what we're going to be throwing here, along with some snag proof and KVD, different frogs. Going to check them out, see how they hit. See what's going on, maybe throw some chatterbaits, spinnerbaits. They've been hitting a lot of different baits, kind of junk fishing today, checking it out, and we'll see you a little bit later.
It's definitely a frog worth having, I can tell you that. You can tell within 2 seconds. That's normally all it takes when something's good. Now, whether we catch a bunch of fish on it, I don't know. It looks good.
Well, let me put it this way. Justin Moffat thinks enough of it to spend the time in Photoshop to black it out so that nobody can see the bait that's in the fish's mouth that he posted. What was that? Was it a bass?
Yeah. These size fish are your chatterbait too, buddy. You can work it.
Would that fish follow you in on, Tom?
Swim jig.
A dirty jig swim jig?
Yeah.
Was white?
White with a white trailer.
That's a 7'10" heavy action swim bait rod.
Every ounce 8 pounds, if not bigger. It was so big you couldn't tell how big it was, but I guarantee it was at least 8 pounds. Huge. Idiot tried to boat flip it, snapped the rod right in half.
Tried to boat flip an 8-pounder? That's what he gets, he deserved that.
You got it. Dude, because of the current that rips through here, they hit easily. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they have to make that decision within a couple seconds. You know what I mean?
He's on the edge of it.
They're in that eddy. It's current. The current pulls pretty hard.
Like on my hands, I can feel how hot he is.
Drop that bait right into that eddy like you just did.
Well, it was on a wood, and when I got to it,
I watched it. He went just like this, and it fell right there. And
I paused
right
it. Yeah.
You got to get it down to him. Remember what I said? That's what a crankbait.
That's what I do. When I get to the good shit, I let it pause like a jig.
But the crankbait gets down there on its own, and that's why a lot of times it's good. You can pitch plastics and jigs and let it wash down with the current.
Yeah, I let it drop though. I do it even when I'm fishing the grass.
Where'd you get that one on, Kurt? What, a white and chartreuse chatterbait, or?
Chartreuse.
Yeah. On a chatterbait again, huh? Keepers, but not anything that's going to win.
We know where to go and catch 2-pounders. I'm just hoping to stumble across the
So far, well, I got that one nice one in the back.
Oh, another one just hit me right there. Another small one.
Better?
Much better. Chatterbait again.
Not big, but better than what we've been catching. 2-pounder. Got some weight to him. Feel it.
They're eating right here, buddy.
He's a little over 2, right?
Yeah, it's 2-pounder for sure.
It might be a little over.
He's fat, eating all that bait.
Dude, the ones I caught some yesterday were 13, 14 inches. Had to weigh almost 2 pounds. They were that fat and stuffed. Gorged with, there's bait all over the whole river. It's tough to find a spot where there isn't bait.
You could just catch like 2 here that are 4.5, 5.
Right.
I'm telling you,
Then it's worth it.
it's good enough. Remember, all we've done is work it up once. What happens when you sit here for 8 hours and hit it? I'm telling you, you got to look at all these spots. That's how you're going to win this time of year. You're either going to run the tide and hit a lot of spots, or you're going to have to find an area where a 5-pound fish lives and fish it for 8 hours and figure it out. I'm telling you.
Right.
If you don't think of it that way, you'll just come in with 12 pounds and you'll lose. I'm telling you. Perfect cast. That was a good fish. It wasn't a 12-incher. It's bigger. It was like that one I caught at 8. See the fish from the distance. Came right out of that point of pads of grass, hit it, swirled on it right there.
What we got there, Kurt?
Another keeper, but not the right size.
No, but a keeper, not bad. Coming off these grass edges. Tell you where we are after the tournament's over.
It's almost 3 pounds.
Well, this is much better. The chatterbait's the deal.
But just remember this though, there's a concentration of bass in here. I'm not just because we don't get a 4-pounder.
There's one in
come
here
back in here. Sure.
Oh, I know. I told you. He'll feel him. He's 2 3/4.
Yeah.
He's a little cool with that one, that's all.
Yeah. Almost 3. It's not quite 3.
No, 2 3/4.
Nice.
Dude, I mean, I'm not trying to say that I'm Kevin Van Dam. I do it pretty well at one time when I came here a lot. And fish right now. It's too far from me. I don't get that. But the point is, what I'm saying is, I mean, you just show up and catch fish.
Right. Oh, it's a fish factory.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I guarantee you, I know some pretty good, small, unpressured ponds in Delaware that have a lot of fish and a lot of big fish, and you can fish all day and catch what we just caught. I mean, in one spot. Fish the outside edge. Set the hook and get a good fish. You won't set the hook on something less than
And once again, a chatterbait. Now, none of these fish are giant fish, but these are keepers. Almost every one we've caught's a keeper, and a couple of them are fairly decent size, but still not a winning bag. But all on the chatterbait, though.
Right now
on
we're
the
just trying to
chatterbait.
locate some fish.
He had me buried. He's not that big.
Nice stuff.
He's buried in a big pond.
Yeah, he's a decent fish, though.
He really had me buried in some thick grass. Good solid keeper.
Yeah.
Need a kicker with them. I've taken 3 of them.
Sure.
Maybe it is. It's large. Now the fish right next to Chickamauga. Watch when you get back there, but that turn there gets skinny. That's where you gotta be careful. You gotta bring back. Camper, but not great. Not what we're looking for.
Get it off. They're cookie cutters. They're almost the same size, aren't they? We'll put these all on the scale later. Weigh them up for real on the hit. Very, very similar, huh?
This one's got more of a gut on it.
Yeah.
Good job. I'm trying to keep these checks dry. In 6th place, Thomas Wolverton. 16.31 pounds, $566. Tom Wolverton. Hey, I can either give it to you or I can spend it for dinner. $566 for 6th place.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir. In 5th, Ricky Windsor, 5th place.
So how did the day really go, and what really happened there out on the water today, Tom?
You catching your fish shallow, or you catching them deep, or what?
Shallow. I had a half a day practice and had a problem with the boat, so by the time I got out, I had half a day, so I found the biggest concentration of fish in 2 spots that I had fishing hardcover. I actually took 6th place. My lunker was 535, and I actually got my boater, got big bass on the boater side, and 3rd place. He took home like $700, so we were on good fish today.
All you guys from the site know Tom always tell you the truth what he caught his fish on.
All
I
jig
can
fish
take
today.
a guess at what it was, but go
All
ahead.
jigs.
Shocker.
All jigs.
And what weights jigs did you catch them in today?
3/8 1/2 ounce.
Heavier jigs.
3/8 1/2 ounce.
And what kind of trailers? Were you using any granny bass, or were they the other trailers
No,
today?
today I was throwing the Zoom Vibra Crawl. That was the only trailer I threw all day. Black and blue, and I threw the chartreuse, the bullfrog on a Texas crawl dirty jig.
What kind of line were you using?
The braid. I was throwing the braid and mono.
So you're using Sunline FX2 braid.
Yep, FX60.
And how do you like that Sunline FX2
Good,
braid?
Great. Never retied once either. I probably should have, but I didn't.
Right.
St. Croix rods, Shimano reels as
Yep.
usual.
Kurt, how did you like the Sunline fluorocarbon that I let you use on that new iRod?
Handles beautifully, a lot better than all the other braid. No backlashes, doesn't dig into itself the way that the other braid does. Very good. No
What did you think
complaints.
of the new iRods that we were using today?
Light, very light.
Yeah, it was light.
If there's one way to describe it, it's light. I mean, that's probably the first word that comes to mind.
And sensitivity, how would you compare that with some of
It's
the
right
others?
on line with the St. Croix and the your other high dollar rods. The thing that struck me the most about it was how light the rod is. You fish with it all day. It's like you don't even have a rod in your hand.
And those new micro guides are pretty cool. It really cast far, didn't it?
Very nice. A lot of time, I was hesitant to try them, something new, everybody does, but after using them, I love them.
All right, well, let's get on out of here, and then we'll get ready, get back, and get down here for the Ever Start series,
Hopefully
where we're going
September.
to get it checked.
Right after Memorial Day, I think it's
Or Labor Day.
Labor Day. I mean,
Right.
That's after Labor Day.
All right,
First
so
week of September.
we'll see you guys back home. We'll see you at the Ever Start back here in September.
From Amistad to Toho, doesn't matter which way you go, the miles are all the same. But when you finally get there, and when you pull the cover off, then it's time to get a little bit lost out on the lake. Gonna back this boat into the water, find a way to win a couple dollars. Weatherman says there's a cold front coming down. Bring it on, I've seen it all by now. I can catch 'em shallow, I can catch 'em deep. Open water or the back of the creek.